Happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday, December 5th, 2025, and if you tried to log into LinkedIn this morning to post your thought leadership about synergy, or maybe hop on a Zoom call to ignore your coworkers, you couldn't. Why? Because the internet broke again. Yeah, Cloudflare had another oopsie. If you're keeping score at home, this is the second massive Cloudflare outage in roughly 2 weeks. If I were a Cloudflare engineer right now, I wouldn't be drinking coffee. I would be drinking Pepto-Bismol straight from the bottle because apparently right now, breathing too hard in the general direction of a server rack in San Francisco causes 28% of global HTTP traffic to just vanish. Let's talk about the vibe at Cloudflare right now. Do you remember November 28th, like less than 3 weeks ago? That was the big one. That was we lost $150 million in global revenue across the internet in 4 hours one. That was the one where a database permission error basically deleted the internet for an entire afternoon. The dust had barely settled. The postmortems were still being written. The engineers were probably just starting to lower their cortisol levels. They were probably like, okay, we made it to December. We just gotta chill through the holidays. No major changes, read-only Fridays. We are chill, we are good. And then a security vulnerability drops. And not a cute one. So what actually happened today? Was it a cyber attack, an AI gone rogue, a DNS issue? It's usually DNS. But no, it was React. Specifically, a critical security vulnerability was disclosed in React server components. This is the React to shell vulnerability that everybody is panicking about. Now, why did Cloudflare rush this fix on a Friday? It's because it is a remote code execution vulnerability. For those of you that don't speak nerd, an RCE vulnerability is like the Thanos snap of cybersecurity. It doesn't mean, oh, I can see your data. It means I can execute code on your server. I am the captain now. So Cloudflare, being the responsible internet janitors that they are, they had to move. They decided to update their web application firewall to inspect traffic for this specific vulnerability. And here's where it gets a little bit spicy. To inspect the traffic for this exploit, they had to increase the buffer size in their body parsing logic. Basically, they had to look at more of the data packet to find the bad stuff. So they wrapped this up and they pushed the change. But they had an internal web application firewall testing tool running, a tool that, wait for it, did not support the increased buffer size. So production traffic hits the testing tool. The testing tool sees a buffer size it doesn't understand. The testing tool vomits and everybody sees an internal server error. It wasn't the security patch itself that broke the internet. It was the testing tool that was watching the patch that broke the internet. It's like installing a high-tech lock on your front door to keep burglars out, but then the installation guy trips on a cord and then your entire house burns down. But we need to zoom out for a second, because does it feel like the internet is made of duct tape and prayers recently? It's not just you. Late 2025 has been a graveyard for uptime. We had the Microsoft Azure front door outage in October. We had the AWS outage that took down Slack, Reddit, and most of the internet just about a month ago. And we had the first Cloudflare outage just a couple weeks ago. And now this. We have centralized so much of the internet into 3 or 4 massive buckets. When one of those buckets gets kicked over, we don't just lose a website, we lose an entire slice of the internet. We are seeing what happens when efficiency meets fragility. Cloudflare handles something like 20% of the entire world's internet traffic. When they sneeze, the entire world catches a cold, or in this case, a 500 error. The good news? This outage lasted only about 25 minutes. Cloudflare rolled it back very soon after it happened. But the psychological damage to those poor on-call engineers, that's going to last a lifetime. If you're a Cloudflare engineer watching this, I'm sending you a virtual hug and a resume template and some Xanax, just in case. All right, guys, that's the news. That's all I had. If you made it this far, thank you. And don't forget to smash that like button before the back-end service that supports the like count crashes again. I will see you guys in the next one, assuming the internet still exists. Bye-bye.